must realize you are doomed.
Yeah, man. So I went to go see the movie that came out this past week called The Invitation. I don't know if you've heard or seen a preview of it. It's with I think her name is Natalie Emmanuel, the girl who was Daenerys's right hand, basically.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. I remember
yeah,
her.
for sure. Yeah, the one who used to say the breaker of chains.
Yeah, the breaker of chains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but anyways, I saw the movie, right, and let me just say it
Oh
it
God.
didn't get interesting. It kind of reminded me of Friday the 13th or Jason, because
Oh, okay.
it didn't get interest. The reason why I say this because it didn't get interesting until a very voluptuous woman finally went into a swim in the water, because that's how Friday the 13th usually gets
Yeah.
going. You're like, okay, now it starts to get going. The
Yeah.
same thing with this film. It didn't get going to then, and unfortunately, that was until the third act.
Oh,
So,
wow.
but in the third act, it was pretty decent, I must admit. But it didn't justify for it to be at the theaters whatsoever. At the very most, it's a stream. It's
Is
something. It's definitely at the most a stream, if not, I don't know.
is that
I don't
girl
even know.
is that girl the main star, the girl from Game of Thrones? Is she like the main star of the movie?
Yeah, she's the main star of the movie.
Oh yeah, I definitely would have thought that would be a streaming. I'm shocked that I even went to theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, but like I said, it didn't get going until I said when.
Until a lot later.
Yeah, and it was a third act. So usually it's
Yeah.
the first end of the first act or in the beginning of the first act with Jason, with the movies and everything when the girl goes in for a little dip. But
Yeah.
and just real quick, it's just. I thought it was gonna be like a movie called Ready or Not. You ever seen that? Where
Oh
they
yeah, I
pick
heard
up,
about that.
yeah, it was
I
a
heard
couple
about it. I
years
never
ago,
watched it. Yeah.
and it wasn't. It was a little bit different. It was something different. So it's good that they didn't give you the plot or what it was really about until the end.
Mhm.
So I mean, but yeah, if you gotta wait till the third act to actually get interested, it's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
this is definitely straight to Lifetime or TNT. But anyways, man, what did you do, my man? What did you do? Did you do anything this week? And I know you had a game night the other night.
Yeah,
How did game night go?
I had a game night last night. Did some I don't know if you ever heard of Jackbox games. They have it on like PlayStation and everything. So we did a little bit of that. But the one thing that I actually got done this past week was something that I brought up a couple of weeks ago. Is I finally watched The Sandman. I started from I think I'm on episode 4 right now.
Okay.
It's going really good. The first episode kind of like it was a lot of explaining. It kind of dragged a little bit, but from there on, I mean, I'm really enjoying it. But I did hear a little rumor that says that it might get canceled after the first season already, which is kind of shocking because if you do watch The Sandman, like the graphics and everything, I think they put some money into this show, but like I'm really enjoying it, so far, and it kind of sucks, to finish it knowing this is going to be the final season possibly. I mean, this is a rumor that they're saying that it might just be a one season thing. I mean, Netflix is canceling a couple of things already, so hopefully they don't cancel this.
Actually, we'll get into the next, but let's just say hi, everybody. Thank you for joining this Scoundrel Podcast. Where this is Dave and Rich at the helm, our weekly episode. We go through movie news and just chit chat what's going on into the business and entertainment. So thank you for joining us. If you like our video, give us a thumbs up and help us get to 500 subscribers. And hit that subscribe button and share and hit the notification bell if you could. All right, the pleasantries are all over, folks. So let's just get into it. So you were just talking about the cancellations of Netflix. So surprise, should I say, my friend? But it's been confirmed that the Resident Evil series has been officially canceled.
Dang.
Thoughts or your reaction to that?
Well, see, I'm glad I didn't start watching it then, man. I'm glad
you
nobody
didn't even start.
I'm
You
glad
didn't even start.
I'm glad no one even recommended it to me for me to even start it, because I mean, look at this. They already got canceled. I mean, Netflix has been letting out a couple of things that are just getting canceled. I mean, the most recent one was, I believe it was Cowboy Bebop. They did the first season, and I don't think they even finished the season. Either way, they got canceled. It's like, man, Netflix is missing on a couple of things. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I think I stopped at episode 4, maybe, or 4 or 5, and I just gave up. I couldn't. And just recently, my brother started watching. He stopped at episode 2. He says, "I'm done." He tapped out. He's tapped out. He said, "Oh, please, I'm done." Because he just say he couldn't do it, and and that's what makes me worried. Even though it's the Duffer brothers who are going to be behind it, that's what makes me worried about the Netflix's live action of Death Note.
Yeah,
that makes me worried because they're not doing too good with these series. But anyways,
but you know what? It is kind of irritating because they did raise their price. Like I'm paying like $20 a month, and they're over here canceling stuff and they're missing on a bunch of different things. I feel like Netflix should just stick to documentaries. They have got to be like the best. They got to be like one of the best streaming services for documentaries. I love the documentary. Over the weekend I watched that Manti Te'o documentary.
Yes, I don't have to say
that one was amazing. I feel like Netflix, they should just stick to that. So I'm trying to recreate stuff like, Cowboy Bebop, Death Note, and all that stuff. They're just missing. Leave that to the bigger guys, man. Leave that to HBO Max. Leave that to even Amazon Prime, man. These guys are just missing. They should just, like I said, stick to documentaries. That's it.
Hey, I just wanted to get in a little bit of topic here. So last weekend, I'm just going to talk about the domestic box office, right? So last weekend was Beast with Idris Elba as the lead role with the lion and everything. But they really didn't come out with anything besides that. But did you know it was number 2 in the domestic box office over last weekend, and it was like 10 million it made. But the news is, you know what number 1 was?
Let me guess. Dragon Ball.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, Dragon Ball superheroes.
Dude, what the heck?
Yes, at $20.1 million for anime, a limited release.
Hey, you know what? That shows you the following Dragon Ball. Yeah, the loyalty the following Dragon Ball
fans.
Yes, still have, man. Dragon Ball, man. Beat out like a legit movie, man. It's crazy. I had a feeling it was that because the last At the Helm you brought it up that you watched it and you said how much it made just that weekend. And then I had a feeling it had to be number 1, man. That's crazy.
It makes me giggle, man. I'm one of the biggest Dragon Ball fans you ever known. I mean, the shit that I got and whatever. But it's funny because it wasn't their best film. It wasn't their best film. Not knocking it. I mean, I appreciate it and everything, but it just wasn't their best film. When you're comparing it to like the Brawley movie that came before this, they actually made less on opening weekend than this one even, which is I'm surprised because man, that was a good one. And even the ones before it, Battle of the Gods and Resurrection. I'm not gonna give you a rundown of Dragon Ball history here, but I just thought I'd put that little thing in there because I am a fan. And I thought that was.
I know you were excited. That'd be good news for Dragon Ball fans.
I definitely was. So Avatar, right? Avatar 2 is coming out, I believe, in December. So it was on regular Avatar was on Disney Plus until recently. They took it off. The reason why is coming September 23rd. The original Avatar is going to be coming to theaters for a limited time. What are your thoughts of that? Of them taking off Disney Plus and putting it in theater, a couple months before Avatar 2? What do you think about that?
Is that starting to become a trend, bro? Because I feel like a lot. Like we just had Rogue One announce they were going to do that. I mean, I really enjoyed that the original Avatar. I don't know if I'd go watch it in theaters again though. Especially, are they going to do like a sneak peek or any kind of like anything?
No, nothing was saying about no sneak peek. I didn't hear nothing about that.
So unless it's got like a sneak peek or some kind of bonus footage. I don't know.
But I
Okay.
think it's pretty good though, because look how long it's been since the first Avatar came out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been a long time. I mean, I'm just guessing because I can't really remember. I didn't get my facts, but
Yeah.
I want to say it's been what, maybe
It's been a
almost 20
long time.
years.
Yeah, almost 20
Yeah,
years,
maybe it's
definitely.
almost 20 years. I could be,
Yeah.
a little bit years taken off here and there.
Yeah.
And I've told you before, I've not watched Avatar in its entirety. I might have watched maybe at the most 20 minutes worth of this
Yeah.
movie. I just wasn't a fan. And at that time, I was young. Younger, not young, but I was younger, and just wasn't
Mhm.
into it, or I was into something else, an active sex life, whatever what it was. So I wasn't really, it didn't catch my eye at that particular point in time, and I just never
Yeah.
went back. So actually, it's pretty cool for me because I'm actually thinking about seeing it in the theater, because I never saw it in the theater. The 20 minutes I did watch it wasn't in the theater. So I'm actually going to give it a shot when it comes in the theater, and for myself to go see it. And I think it's good for people who never did watch it in theater before. We got this younger generation too, and wants to attract the younger generation as well, that had never, really seen it in the theater, or just people like me who just never really watched it and gave it time to watch it. So I think it's for those people as well. And of course, it's for, the go ahead mainstream fans of it who love that
Yeah.
lore. So I think it's
Yeah.
going to be pretty good. So I'm actually interested in that. So that was pretty good. I'm going to go watch it in the theaters, actually, just to give it a real good shot at it, and
Yeah.
be open-minded about it.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about something really good too. Something that happened last weekend, and you could check our review about it. House of Dragons. It premiered, man. Game of Thrones prequel House of Dragons premiered last weekend, and what a freaking premiere it was. Am I right, Rich?
Oh, definitely.
So I'm just gonna give you some numbers for this premiere episode. So numbers is it had about 10 million viewers on the opening, right? 10 million.
Wow.
10 million. For an HBO release, the second closest well, let me just start up. So Game of Thrones series finale, right? For its for the debut, for the series finale, for the last episode, was 20.1 million for the opening, for everybody was seeing the last episode of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And then until that time, the best opening or best episode watch they ever had was I believe it was Euphoria, and that was only like maybe 5 million for HBO Max. So this is huge for HBO Max, opening up at 10 million. But I'm not done there. So Stranger Things came out this year too, right? Stranger Things 4. A lot of people went to see it.
Yeah.
They only had, for their opening thing, they only had 6.6 million. So I'm just giving you guys some numbers.
Yeah, when you put them next to each other, wow.
Exactly. And then that's just the debut, the day of that Sunday it premiered, the pilot.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about it all together, because what I'm going to talk about is I know some people who were very against watching this because they had such a bad taste in their mouth from the last season of Game of Thrones, from whatever it may be. It just was dissing on the House of Dragons. So, I'm not going to even waste my time. But they heard all the reviews, and that Monday, Tuesday, more people went to go watch it that I know of, and it totaled 20 million to watch that premiere episode after like 48 hours of it premiering. So with these numbers, what did you think how House of Dragons did on its premiere, and what is your reaction to, you think if people are coming back trying to get that bad taste out of the mouth from the last?
I'm hoping that like you said, this reaction and the numbers that they pulled on their premiere actually brings those like naysayers and like people that have doubts to come watch it. I'm over here trying to convince some of my friends to come watch it because they have just like fallen off and they're just not interested in it. But I mean, that's just amazing, because we were like, when we talked about it, people go check out our review. I'm gonna post it up here. Go check out our review of episode 1. and you will hear how much we really enjoyed the first episode. I feel like it was probably, if not the best, like one of the best premieres for a show that I've ever seen. Like they just gave you so much. So I'm so happy for House of Dragons, and the numbers don't lie. People are interested. People want to come and see more and everything. So
yeah, I'm just happy to be back in Westeros, and like you said, I've heard a couple people who were backed off by the series finale of Game of Thrones and actually watched the premiere days later and said, you know what, they're hooked again. They said, you know what, damn this freaking franchise, they hooked me again. And I just said, just enjoy it, be open-minded, just enjoy it. It's not everything's gonna be flawless, so I'm just glad it got at least some of the people, at least that I know of, they came back for this show, even though they said they weren't going to watch it or even give it a chance. Yeah. So the people out there who still haven't given it a chance, give the show a chance and then make your decision. Watch the first episode or two.
Yes, at least watch the first episode and tell me if that doesn't hook you. If episode 1 doesn't hook you, then you can just go ahead and quit, because I'm telling you that episode is so amazing. So I mean, give it a shot.
All right. The other topic I want to talk about is Disney Plus Day. I think it's coming in September 8th. September 8th. So I'm just gonna read you off a couple things that are coming out for Disney Plus Day. So what's coming out I'm gonna read them, is Cars, the series, back on the road with the Cars, the original cast members, Larry the Cable Guy, voice actors, and Wilson, I believe, is going to be on there as well. So anyway, so they're still going with the Cars franchise. Also the Tom Hanks movie Pinocchio.
Yeah, Pinocchio.
The live version is going to be on Disney Plus Day, showing on Disney Plus. And of course, they're going to have Thor: Love and Thunder going to be on Disney Plus as well. And they're also going to have Kenobi: Return of the Jedi, which is going to be like a basically behind the scenes documentary with Ewan McGregor coming back as Obi-Wan Kenobi, playing that famous role again and coming back for that series. So out of those things that I have just announced, which one are you most interested coming out on Disney Plus Day?
Well, definitely the one that I'm most interested in is probably Pinocchio, because I remember enjoying that film when I was a kid. I don't know how much they're going to change it, because in the original they had the kids drinking beer. So I don't know.
Yeah, it is true.
I don't know if they're going to have that much where they're drinking alcohol, or I just don't think they're going to do that. And I remember as a kid that one scene where they start turning into donkeys. That part creeped me out, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna do that, man.
Yeah, I did have a little horror thing to it, because with like the fox or whatever that guy was.
Yes.
It was kind of creepy back in the day. Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, this guy, this has Tom Hanks, so
true.
I'm still gonna watch it.
But I must admit, it's Pinocchio. It's Tom Hanks on it, but it's coming out on streaming, so. That doesn't do it for me, my friend. And there's a reason why it's coming on streaming, folks. So I'm going to have to say, with default, it's got to be Obi-Wan Kenobi for me, just to see, him interacting with Hayden Christensen. I mean, it's not like I'm most thrilled about, but out of those, I guess that would be the most pretty one I would say is the most interesting out of all of them.
Yeah.
Because I would just like to see Hayden Christensen being interviewed with Ewan McGregor, and seeing how they all made it back, and just seeing them enjoying each other, coming back, acting together once again since, the prequels. So yeah, Cars, I understand that's for little boys out there, or girls, whoever likes those car stuff, I understand, but I've been done with Cars ever since Cars 1. Also, what else did I say? Oh, Pinocchio, I already told you what I feel about that.
Yeah.
And Thor: Love and Thunder, folks, newsflash, that movie was hot garbage. That movie was hot garbage.
Shots fired.
I mean, when you talk about, it's not shots fired. It was just hot garbage. It's down there with, and I know it gets so quickly bad mouth about Thor: The Dark World. It's down there with that. Thor: Dark World was boring, and I actually watched it a couple times, and I'm like, I think it was 3 times altogether because I was like, maybe I missed something.
Yeah.
With Thor: Love and Thunder, I'm not even gonna be watching because it was just a hot garbage mess. Because I know I didn't miss anything. It was like hot garbage. I mean, really. I mean, if you really think about it, it's just too much goofiness and whatever. And then, okay, I'm not gonna diss on it anymore, but I'm just saying, Love and Thunder is coming out, and okay, see, this is where I'm talking about like Peacock, right? The reason why I'm bringing Peacock out. So next week they're gonna do Jurassic World Dominion, or Dominion it's called, not World Dominion. Dominion, the new Jurassic Park movie. Well, they're giving you something a little extra. They're giving you an alternate opening. They're giving you 14 minutes of extra time, deleted scenes in the movie. So
Dude,
basically,
man,
what their format is like, okay, when we bring it to our streaming, we're gonna treat it like it's like physical media, like it's a Blu-ray. We're gonna give you extras. This with Disney Plus is like, yeah, we're just gonna put it on our streaming. Here, you guys, you can watch it again.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not gonna give us any extras. Now I know they're probably gonna have a special documentary behind the scenes on you know, a different one, you know, like a different thing on there probably. Yeah, but you guys don't give anybody anything extra like it's coming on a Blu-ray. How they just give you extra things.
Yeah, they'll give you something.
Something incentive to watch it again. And I'm just praising Peacock a little bit because they're coming up, man.
Dude, they're coming up.
They really are coming up on the streaming here.
You know,
so
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So no, you brought up Peacock, and that reminded me. Another thing that I watched over the weekend was the Black Phone, and that I wouldn't be able to watch that if Peacock didn't release it, you know, weeks earlier than it is on anything else. But yeah, Peacock is definitely, man, what they're doing with Jurassic Park, with the Black Phone, with the Northman. I even watched the Northman on there. I mean, I hope they keep this trend going, because if they keep it going, they're going to be up there with like HBO Max releasing, you know, movies that people were really like. The Batman, they released it pretty early after it released in theaters, a little bit after it released in theaters. So yeah, Peacock is definitely coming up, man.
Well, and they also know what they should be putting on their stream, because there was a movie I just recently watched a couple of weeks ago called They and Them. And it was supposed to be like a regular, hit the theater movies, but they understood, this is more, we'll treat our people who are streamed to Peacock. What they said, and said, you know what, we'll just put it on our streaming, forget the theaters, because they know it was a not cheaply, but it wasn't more of a cinematic movie. It was more of a, simple movie. Only cost a few million, I say a few million for them, not a few million for us. It's probably like 10, maybe under 20 million is just a few million for them. It's pocket change. But they realized, we're not even gonna bother with the marketing out of there. We're just gonna market on, on YouTube or on the internet and just throw it in our streaming. And I watched it because of that, because I'm like, oh, it's a new movie. They're really coming up, and I'm liking what they're doing over there. I mean, they're making some great improvements. And just real quick, I know we were talking about Disney Plus, but we're done with that. But I want to get into just a quick thoughts of what you thought about Black Phone, since it was your first time watching it.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I watched it over the weekend with my wife. The first couple of minutes, like in the beginning, they kind of like whatever. But once the kid gets captured and everything, it takes off from there. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
I liked certain different little things about the of the movie. I don't want to give too much away, because I don't know who
exactly. Yeah.
But I did really enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. Good. And that was a Blumhouse flick, right? That was Blumhouse.
Yeah. So it wasn't. I mean, it would. Blumhouse, that's what they do. They just make under $20 million movies, and boom, there you go. They make it because it's something not low budget, but it's, it doesn't cost that much, but it's just people will go out and go see it, and the storylines are pretty decent. What did you think about Ethan Hawke, just on his acting?
I was just about to say that. I thought he did a fantastic job, dude. He played crazy. He played weird very well. Very well. Really, of course, he was the power behind the movie. I mean, he did such a great job. I love this story. I loved, like I said, as soon as the kid gets captured, like I said, it takes off from there. The story's great. Like the concept of, kids communicating to him through the phone and trying to help him out. It reminded me. It's funny. The movie that it does remind me of is a little bit like Coraline. I don't know if you ever seen Coraline.
Yeah,
That's my
Yes.
daughter's and my wife's one of their favorite movies. It's Coraline. So I've seen it so many times. But that's
Yes.
what it reminds me of. The kids trying to help another kid from dying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
And
really
it got me on a jump scare, folks. It got me on one jump scare. Like, you son of a.
you had your popcorn. Ah!
Yeah. No, I think I was done by then. Big. Damn big. This whole bucket by yourself. But anyways, you know, I also want to get into some topic of the past couple at the helms. What's been leading the way, man? What's every topic what brand keeps coming up at every at the helm lately, it seems? Can I ask?
Is it Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings? Because I feel like we've been talking about that lately.
Well, I guess so. I was thinking about something else, but way more since we started with that is Warner Brothers.
Oh, yes.
More Warner Brothers news. It's just wow. I mean, it's just been headlining all over, brother. It's just Warner Brothers, you know. I'm just gonna put a little bit more of Warner Brothers stuff. It's so they're back at it again. They're cutting stuff right and circumcising freaking shows already.
Everything, man.
So it's just been confirmed they're canceling the animated series Batman Cape Crusader.
Cape
right?
Crusader. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna give you a couple of things. So that and the director of Batgirl highly criticized Warner Brothers for saying, you know, I can't believe I'm just. It's not word for word, but basically, I'm just paraphrasing here, folks.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, telling people, hey, I think he was interviewed and asked a question, and he was just like, you know, with the new management and everything, I get what they're trying to, but at the same time, it's like, how can you explain yourself with all this Ezra Miller shit going on and not canceling that movie whatsoever? Mm-hmm. And he's like, and then you talk about my production crew and cast. They didn't get into anything. It was just a movie, and it was a Latina Batgirl. He literally said that, a Latina Batgirl led movie, and you just had no remorse and just cut it. But yet you have this Ezra Miller person just running wild,
doing whatever,
and you still just kept, you know, have not said any word, no comment. You plead the fifth on anything that's going on with the Flash movie. Mm-hmm. And he says, I just don't get it. He says, I don't get it. You could at least just released it. It was already done. What's the big deal? And he was just shaking his head about it. Yeah. And he has valid points, my man.
He does.
He really does. And
he does.
So with this news, man, what is your thoughts and reaction to, you know, what's going on in Warner Brothers? And I also got a little something at the end for Warner Brothers too. I got a topic, but what about these two topics? What is your thoughts about them?
I mean, it is very irritating, everything that Warner Brothers is doing, with Batgirl, with like I said, I brought it up a couple episodes ago with Static Shock. I was actually looking forward to them doing something with Static Shock because like I said, I love that cartoon when I was a kid. The Cape Crusader, some people were really excited for that. Like, how much money would that even cost? Like, that's an animated series, and they cut that too
off of HBO Max.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why?
Like, if anything, they should have done that. But with going back to the Batgirl thing, I saw something IGN posted that they're holding a secret funeral screening of Batgirl before it's locked. But the screening is only for the people that worked on the movie. So they're gonna let them see what they've created and worked. I'm sure this movie took years, and all the hard work that they put in to watch it, and then apparently it's gonna be locked away forever. Never gonna be streamed. They're just gonna lock it away in a vault to never be seen again, which is so irritating to just like cut it and then and not give anybody any hope of it ever coming out, like ever. So I mean, I understand the director, where he's coming from, what you were telling, like how frustrated he was. I definitely understand this. As much hot garbage movies, they've let out.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're afraid.
What's one more? What's one more?
Let us be the critic. Let us watch
exactly.
It.
Yeah.
I mean, you already finished the movie, and then I don't know. It's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not defending the management. I get what they're trying to do, but just let it out. It's
Yeah.
all right. How much more damage could it possibly be? We understood it wasn't under your regime,
Yeah.
Zaslav. We understand it, that it wasn't under your regime. It was already done before you became in office. We understand. We're not going to put it on your blame.
Exactly.
So,
it's not going to
we
go on your
understand.
bill.
No,
It's not going to go.
it really isn't. So that's why I'm thinking, like, what's the big deal? Just let it out. It's already done. It's already paid for. How can you tell your stockholders and everybody invested in there that you're just going to throw away $90 million? How can you justify that?
Crazy.
Especially in the times that we're living in right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And then people who passionately work, whether it's good, whether it's not good, how can you that's somebody's art, basically.
Yeah.
That's somebody who worked hard and you're just gonna throw it away. Like, just throw it in a vote. We're just gonna show it to people who worked on it. I mean, that's just, I like that director said, he has a valid point. How does it look when you're throwing away a Latina leading role Batgirl?
Yeah.
I mean, and just saying, nah, no good, scrap it.
Yeah,
really?
scrap it.
I mean, come on. I mean, you even have Michael, and I know, folks. You even have Michael Keaton in there. Yes, I want to see Michael Keaton.
I wanted to see him too.
Oh,
I was
God,
excited for him. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. It sucks because she had help. They got Michael Keaton in there to draw more eyes to watch the movie. Yeah, she should.
It wasn't coming to. And it didn't have to come to theater. It could just go straight to the HBO Max.
Yes,
people would
do that.
People, even if it was a train wreck, you would have had people to watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I want to go piggyback on this Batman Cape Crusader. For the longest time that I can remember, and these are people talking to me and that I know of, or DC fans, that's one thing they always said about Warner Brothers and DC. When their animation is good. Their animation story's always been good. The Harley Quinn stuff.
Yeah, the Harley Quinn.
I can't remember the Batman Beyond stuff or whatever. All their
the Batman
DC
animated series, everything.
Animated stuff. You don't really hear backlash or negative reviews on it. They all enjoy it. They said DC, for the longest time, for them being a joke with the movies and everything, they always had a reputation on their animated stuff. Everybody praised it.
Yeah. And
for them to throw this, because always being praised, I don't get that. The only thing I can gather is they're trying to be more adultish and not really being animated type theme or like a Disney. I hate to like a Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You're not going to be like a Disney Plus and having as much family friendly or whatever maybe on their HBO Max.
Yeah.
But it's just ridiculous. Might as well you're already about done. You might as well just come out with it and call it a day. I mean, especially with them being so revered with the animated stuff with DC. So I just thought that's crazy. I don't know. What about you folks out there? What do you guys think?
Yeah, how do y'all feel about that?
Also, one more thing about Warner Brothers. So, Mr. Matt Reeves, the director of The Batman, of Robert Pattinson's The Batman, is just confirmed he just signed a huge deal with Warner Brothers, where him and his company, his production company, has just signed a huge deal. Don't know the numbers.
Okay.
But obviously it's for a very long time, and he's going to be very much integrated with Warner Brothers for a long time. He just signed. And he just said him and his buddy, I forgot who it was, to be honest with you, are getting ready to start writing for the Batman 2. So, Rich, my question for you is, could you please just shut your mouth now?
Hey, they heard me. That's what happened. They heard me. They heard the anger. And then now they released this news.
So what'd you think, man? Him confirming that he just signed a huge deal, him and his production company.
Yeah, I'm not just excited about the Batman 2 news, but I wonder what else they have in their pocket. Like, are they is it just gonna be strictly Batman, or are they gonna like branch out and do like different other movies of different comic book characters?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Who knows? But it's you. I just know it's huge. That's what she said. And it's huge, and it's not just film, it's also for TV series too, for like HBO Max and all that stuff too as
Yeah.
well. So I don't think it's just gonna, I think it's gonna be definitely for the Batman universe. And who knows, it could be the whole DC universe, I'm not sure, but they have wrapped up Matt Reeves for a long
For a long
time,
time.
and he's one of the integral parts of Warner Brothers now, and he's part of that family, and he's staying for a very long time.
So you're
So that's
telling
the news.
Yeah, you're telling me they got Matt Reeves and they locked up James Gunn, right?
They haven't officially locked up James Gunn.
Oh, okay.
Not officially.
'Cause
I
that's
think they're
gonna be
waiting.
two big
I
hitters right
believe they're waiting for the Guardians to come out, and after all that's done,
okay.
then they can actually confirm we got James Gunn locked up as
Yeah.
well. But
That's
it
gonna be
hasn't been
two big
officially
hitters.
confirmed. Yes.
Two
Yeah.
big
So
hitters.
two big hitters, and they still haven't announced. Well, I don't know the guy's name, but they're in talks with this guy to be ahead of the whole DC universe, like a Kevin Feige type.
Oh,
So-
yeah. I did hear news about that. Yeah.
But I can't remember.
I forgot his name.
But
I forgot his
they're
name
in
too.
talks with him. I just know that what's his name? Horn, Joe Horn. I want to say Joe Horn. I'm
The
totally
wide
if I'm
receiver
wrong,
for
I'm
the
so-
New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Joe Horn. No, damn it. Something
I'm
Horn.
gonna flash a picture of Joe Horn from the Saints.
Something Horn is coming over. You know, the Kevin Feige's mentor, basically.
Yeah.
Is basically really in charge of that, and I guess he's worked with this man too. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, folks. I should have did my facts. You're absolutely right. I gotta start getting my facts more straight. But I just left you guys with Horn. That's all I can say,
Yeah.
Mr. Horn, Mr. Horny. But anyways. With that in notes, I think we're gonna wrap at the helm up right here and there, folks. Thank you for listening. Thank you for if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and of course help us get to 500 subs. I know you heard all this stuff before, but it's really helps us out if you give us a like and hit a subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and if you are a subscriber, thank you very much. And you also check us out on Spotify. If you don't have time to watch our videos, whatever, check us out on Spotify. We usually have our At the Helm episodes and our reviews of like the House of the Dragons up there. We'll be up there, and as well as soon as Lord of the Rings starts, we'll be having that up there. And
Lord of the Rings,
as well.
Andor, man, we got a lot coming, man.
So if you can check us out, if you want to. You have a drive home from work or back, check us out on Spotify as well, or Apple Podcasts, which one you prefer. And we're just gonna say thank you. And for Dave and Rich, we're the Scoundrels. Thank you.